Every year, the NCAA holds a giant 68-team tournament at the end of the year that crowns the best men's college basketball program. This tournament goes by the name of March Madness. Although there are 68 teams that enter this bracket-style tournament, it is very tough for a college program to receive a bid to the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Teams play all season to get the best record that they can get to build up their resume for the season to make this tournament. March Madness at the end of the season. Although conferences play in a bracket-style tournament, and the winner of each conference gets an automatic bid to March Madness. All the conferences make the March Madness tournament, and that includes the Power 5 conferences, which are the SEC, ACC, Big 10, Big 12, and Pac 12. And it ranges from the middle tier conferences like the Big East and West Coast conferences, and all the way down to less known conferences like the Mountain West and America East Conference. After all the winners of these conferences tournaments, they fill the rest of the tournament with teams that they felt played best and most deserving throughout the whole season, as they rank these teams from a 1 seed, which is the best, to a 16 seed, which is the worst. They do it in 4 different regions so that they have this bracket-style tournament. This tournament occurs at the end of March and continues into early April, which gets its name, March Madness. March Madness is one of the most religious sporting events and times during the whole year. It is a time where all these students take time out of their busy college lives to compete and share their gifts of this tournament. What these college basketball athletes can do with a basketball is truly a gift that is seen through this tournament. March Madness is a time where these student athletes try to push through any failures and realize and express their gifts, as this is one of the most difficult and daunting tournaments that exists. These gifts are seen often throughout the tournament. Typically, the higher seeds should always win because the better teams throughout the year were rewarded with better seeds. But in March Madness, players show their unbelievable gifts, where the lower seed team pulls off upsets on the better seeded teams. March Madness is a time where you see many upsets, and some of them are shocking and historical. Just last year, the 2018 March Madness tournament, UMBC, realized and showed off their wonderful gifts to become the first ever 16 seed to be a number 1 seed, which was Virginia University. Then a year later, Virginia, with a similar team, come back from that failure to realize the gifts to win the whole March Madness tournament, which is a very difficult thing to do. These athletes show off their gifts in these great upsets, but it all happens on a sacred place. The sacred place for these basketball players is the basketball court. Even though the location of the tournament changes every year and played on different stadiums, the basketball court is a sacred place for the players that are playing on it. The basketball court allows the players to show off their gifts. This is where players feel most comfortable and willing to lay everything on the line in order to succeed. If there's no basketball court, there's no place for these players to show off their gifts. These players and teams battle on these sacred places where it is played really hard with a ton of heart, and at the end, everyone is grateful and full of gratitude. It is a very sacred place because many basketball legends have competed in this exact tournament in March Madness. This further enhances the effect of a sacred place that the basketball court has on this tournament on these players. Finally, when something amazing happens in the tournament, it is a sight or hierarchy where the sacredness of the game manifests itself on the court. Overall, March Madness has many religious aspects to it, as it is one of the most anticipated sporting events all year, making it one of the most religious events all year.